We're just getting older, world is getting colder. Trying to get sober, Lord help me get stronger. World is on my shoulders.
How we doing today? This is the 12 of 12 podcast, the podcast about real life recovery, growth, development, and redemption. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, tap the subscribe button and share for more. Also, we are sponsored by First Step Recovery. If you or a loved one happen to need help with substance abuse disorder or severe mental illness, do not hesitate to call First Step Recovery today. They will be happy to help you. You see the numbers up top? Don't wait, don't hesitate, reach out to them today. We have a special guest today, Brittany.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good. How have you been?
I've been doing really good. I love my job. I love how life is going. Being sober is pretty awesome.
It's a great thing. So what we're going to talk about today is actually the first step, because there's steps in AA. Everybody might not have taken AA to recover. Just some people just happen to stop whatever way they knew how to, or God allowed them to stop, or however it happened. But in AA, if you first go through there's actually steps. It goes through the 12 steps from my understanding. And the first step is we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable.
Yes.
So knowing that our lives become unmanageable and remain powerless, tell me, when is the time in your life that you actually felt like you were powerless or unmanageable over alcohol or your drug use?
So I didn't realize that I had a problem until this last go around. So I started not taking my kids to the doctor. I started not going to my appointments. I started just not taking care of myself. I did not care what I did during that day. I didn't care about bathing my kids. I didn't care about feeding them. I didn't care about anything. So I knew my life was unmanageable once I started not doing those things again. This last go around just really made me realize, like, I have 2 kids, I don't have a car, I don't have my own place, like all those things I did not have. And I realized, like, I've got to change my life to the better of my kids, so they could have a life, so they weren't struggling. So yeah, it was really hard in the madness. But this last go around just made me realize that my life was really unmanageable. Like, I wasn't able to take care of myself. And if I'm not able to take care of myself, then how am I going to take care of these 2 little kids?
The day that you decided to actually make that change, and when you realized, okay, my life is unmanageable, I'm powerless against this drug that has a hold of me, what were you going through that exact day that you decided that you were gonna, you know what, it's enough?
I remember sitting on my bedroom floor, texting my CPS investigator, telling her that she's right, that I need help, and I want to get help, but I want my kids with me. What can I do? I remember just sitting there crying, asking, God to help me, because he is my higher power. I just remember that praying back to back. Yes, I was still getting high, but I was praying and asking him to help me, like to guide me, to show me what it is that I need to do. And what he told me was, just do what your CPS worker is telling you to do. And I looked over at my kids and I realized, like, I can't lose them, because those are the only 2 people that have shown me the love that I ever wanted in my life.
So you felt like it was God, your higher power, that was showing you, listen to your CPS worker. And your CPS worker, what did she do? She gave you some. What are some of the things she told you that you needed to do?
She gave me a few options. One was to do outpatient. Outpatient did not work for me. I continued to get high. I continued to fail drug tests because it wasn't enough support.
And outpatient is?
Outpatient is just doing it on Zoom, taking random drug tests. It's not an in-person thing. Now, you can do in-person, but of course an addict is going to choose to take the easy way out. And that was me. I want to do Zoom.
Yeah.
So I decided to do that. And I thought, me going into recovery, I can go ahead and fail these drug tests. When really, she already gave me these options to get clean, and I took advantage of that. Another option she gave me was to live with my mother and my kids have custody. She had custody of my children, and that I continued to do outpatient. Well, once I failed for a different drug, and then she was like, no, you need to go to a rehab, and that your kids will be with your mother. And at that time, my mom was still using. So it took everything in me to not tell them that my mom was still using, because I wanted my kids to be in an environment that I knew, and I didn't want them to be in the system. But like I said, that night I prayed and I asked God, what should I do? Should I tell them that she's an addict too? Because it's not fair that I got to get clean and then my kids be able to be there and she's not clean fully yet. But I just prayed, and I finally told the rehab that they told me to go to, which was the VOA. I told them what was going on, because I went there before I went to court. I told them what was going on. I was like, my mom's still an active user. Like, they can't go to her. It's not fair to them. And the rehab that she told me to go to, you're actually able to take your kids with you. So if it wasn't for the lady that was running the program at the time calling my CPS worker for me and telling them before I even went to court, then I wouldn't have my kids with me today. So that right there showed me that God was really listening to me and answered my prayers, because I asked him what I should do. And he did something for me that I couldn't do for myself. And I'm really grateful for that, because I've had my kids ever since then.
That's a blessing right there. Definitely a life change.
Yeah.
And, I want all of you to know that, taking that first step is important. It's just for anybody. Like I said, some people agree with things AA talk about, and they talk about, some people don't. But the thing about it is, you have to realize that your use is unmanageable.
Yeah.
You're not managing it. Some people like to say, oh, just functional users. I don't believe in a functional user.
I don't
It's just you're just managing at that point in time, but it's going to get to a point in time where it's unmanageable.
Yeah.
And a lot of you have to realize, first off, you're affecting not only yourself, your family, your loved ones, there's people out there rooting for you, there's people who care for you, and you have to care for yourself. Because if you don't care for yourself, you wouldn't care if it's unmanageable. You wouldn't care about managing anything.
Yeah.
You would just be out there in the madness, not caring, which so many of us have been at that point in time in life, and it's like you're ready to give up on life. You're just trying to drink your life away, use your life away, and then really wishing that one day it'll just be over with.
Yeah.
You have to know for sure that there is a higher power that's bigger than yourself, that you can't do it yourself. Some people might even think they stopped themselves. Listen, you can't do it yourself. There's a power bigger than yourself. I believe it's a spiritual battle. Pray, put God first, like you said.
Yeah.
And God helped you break out of that.
Yeah.
So tell me right now, how has it been so far since you've been here at First Step for a little while now? How has things been with working with the clients?
Honestly, it's amazing. It gives me hope and courage every day. I love that my clients can come to me when something is wrong, when they feel like using, or anything that's going on with their life. Like, I feel so happy that they trust me with things they say. We have a new schedule change, and some of the clients are like, oh, it's going to be hard for me to open up to the new teacher that I have. And I tell them, like, it's okay. Like, you can trust us. Like, that if you can trust me, you can trust the other peers that are here, because we've all been through what you've been through. Like, I tell my clients every day, if you ever get into working in recovery, do not forget where you came from. Because I remember not too long ago, I was sitting in their exact same seats. And I've been through what they're going through. And that's why I'm here today, to help that person, be who I am, or even better. And it's just been amazing. I love First Steps. Like, I don't have a problem waking up in the morning and, coming to work. Like, usually when I work somewhere, I'm like, oh, I'm dreading going to work. Like, I don't want to do this. But here, I don't, because not only does it feel like I have a family here, but these clients give me more hope than they know. Like, they teach me like I'm teaching them.
I think that's a great thing too, because that relationship is important between the clients and the people who work with them. Because if you're not looking at them like they're human beings, or really having that love in your heart for them, then nothing's gonna become out of fruition of it. It's just gonna be a dead tree.
Yeah.
But when you got that good seed of life inside of you, and then you're giving it out, you're gonna water that seed, and God's gonna do the increase with it.
Yeah, and a lot of people in rehab, that's what they want from someone, is to feel loved, to feel like someone cares, to show them that, okay, we noticed you, we see that you're trying, things like that, because we didn't have that in the madness. We had nothing but trauma, hurt, pain. So they want to feel something different. And, here we're able to give them that.
And that's a great thing. I appreciate you coming on and be talking about the first step. So remember, people, take the first step today. Is there anything you would like to tell the people before we go?
I always just say make sure you do that first step when you work on your steps. Because in order to get to, feeling great about yourself, to having a psychic change, to, just actually you have to admit that you have a problem. If you don't, you're going to be stuck. That first step, second step, and third step is the most important steps.
So let's start taking these steps. And hey, we're here for you. We'll take these steps with you. Contact us at First Step if you need any help. We're here for you. We love you all. Stay strong, and your journey begins here. Your journey begins with you with that first step. Have the best day.